Hello, this is Mustafa Mira from PerformanceIN, Senior Digital Journalist, and I am sitting here with Adam Ross, Chief Operating Officer at Awin. How are you doing?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, good, thanks. Good. Thanks for joining us in this interview today. We've got a few questions to ask you in regards to sort of Awin's developments over the year, sort of the affiliate marketing landscape and what's been changing. So yeah, we've got a lot to go through. We'll sort of start off with sort of the big announcement from last week was Awin making a financial stake in Australia's affiliate network, Commission Factory. So first of all, congratulations.
Thank you.
With that news, having worked with them for a while, what does it mean for sort of both parties involved?
So, with Commission Factory, we've been in a strategic partnership with them for about 2 years now, and it's been a huge success. So we've had lots of shared clients that are based in Europe or the US that want to sort of experience the Australian market or vice versa. And what we've been so impressed by is Zane McIntyre, the CEO of Commission Factory, and his team, and what they've done with such a small group of staff. It's been a huge success story. And what we really wanted to do was sort of formalize that partnership by investing some cash into the business, giving them a little bit of room to grow and breathe. And also we have a shared ambition to explore the Southeast Asian markets together. And hopefully with the investment, it can help Zane and his team achieve that, but also we can bring our expertise and our guidance from our own various market expansions. So really that's the idea behind it, is strengthen our position in Australia. They've done a brilliant job there, becoming, I think, the biggest network there, and then expanding beyond Australia to Southeast Asia.
Cool, great stuff. And sort of touching on that expansion, as well as Commission Factory, you also sort of been rapidly growing with which mentions including SAS, have I pronounced that right?
ShareSell.
ShareSell,
yeah.
And also AffiliateNet as well. So obviously those sort of kind of expansions and mergers, it's been over sort of last sort of couple of years in terms of work. So obviously now sort of kind of all that coming into motion. Is it sort of now's kind of time for Awin to kind of take a bit of a pause to kind of make sure everything kind of all keeps aligned and it sort of develops, it comes into place?
Yeah, I think one thing's for sure is you see the headline of a deal like this, and then there's tons of work that goes on behind the scenes, both before the deal but also after the deal, to bring those businesses together. A lot of it is to do with aligning cultures and processes, and just because the acquisitions we've made have been other affiliate networks, actually we do things very differently. And so we've spent a lot of the last few years bringing those groups together and operating on the same platform, and there's still work to do there, and I suppose now we're really sort of taking a moment to step back, look at the work that we've achieved, and really sort of addressing the markets we're in a new and interesting way. So a little bit of a pause, but at the same time this industry never stops. So we can't really pause, because our clients don't pause. So but certainly some time to take stock, that's for sure.
Cool, great stuff. And kind of talking about sort of the industry a little bit, there's been a lot of discussion about sort of branding at the moment, with a lot of changes going on, specifically around partners, publishers, affiliates, etc. Kind of where do you sit in this kind of debate, or where does Awin kind of sit in this debate?
Look, I think what's important to us is that the industry grows and develops, and that brands consider us as important, if not more important, than other digital channels. Whatever we want to call ourselves to achieve that is fine by me. As long as it sends the right message inside brands, and that senior decision makers at brands understand what it is that we're delivering for them as a channel. The terms, affiliate, partner, advertiser, publisher, they're often we use synonymously. I mean, I remember years ago at Affiliate Window, the first time we ever introduced what is now a publisher team, we called it a partnerships team, because we actually recognized that what we were doing was bringing more than just publishers or affiliates. There were some very interesting partnerships in there as well that were better described that way. And Xanox, our sister network at the time, had a strapline, "We create partners," and that was sort of their mission and their vision for the business. So the terms have been used interchangeably throughout the history of Awin, and really we just want to make sure that as I say, we call the industry and we call partners or publishers, whatever it makes sense inside the advertiser brands. I think what's dangerous is if people think that rebranding the industry is somehow going to solve all our problems. I don't think that's the case. I think that's a very sort of superficial way to look at things. I think there are other issues in the industry, and really the very best programs are the ones that are long established, that invest a lot into the industry and understand it best. We need more of those types of advertisers, and then I think things will develop in a very nice way.
And sort of when you're sort of speaking to those clients or those groups, do you see much differentiation? Obviously with the sort of kind of, in terms of you mentioned about the rebranding and all that stuff, but that's not necessarily the case. So do you see much difference? Is it all kind of same old? Not same old, but it's all kind of it's the same. If that makes sense.
I mean, I think it comes down to that. How mature is the client? If the client has been in the industry a long time, sometimes they have a clearer differentiation between the different types of partners that they work with, and they might, at certain stages in their life cycle, emphasize certain types of partnerships more than others. And really, it's a case of how well they understand things, and what we want is more of those types of clients. We want to develop that understanding. I think they do differentiate. Others probably don't. They're just happy to have this channel operating successfully, and they're quite open to any type of relationship that sits in it.
You recently sort of announced your new form of tracking. Is it bounceless tracking?
Bounceless tracking, yes.
Tracking. Cool. Yeah. And then sort of can you explain to those who may be unfamiliar kind of what it is and kind of why is it important?
Yeah. So yes. So we just released bounceless tracking. The reason why it's called bounceless is because most tracking in our industry, when a user clicks on a link, it bounces through an ad network server, and when that bounce happens, this is the opportunity for ad blockers, browser prevention mechanisms, you name it, to interrupt the flow and stop that sale from tracking. And I think as an industry, we've been playing a little bit of a cat and mouse game with the browsers over recent years. And the idea behind bounceless tracking is to really get out of that game and come up with something that's going to work long into the future, that allows publishers to directly link to advertisers, not through an ad server. And it also intelligently reads the environment on the user's machine and determines the best way to track the sale. We feel that as an industry and as a network, that our responsibility is to make sure that tracking is as accurate as possible. That's our absolute core responsibility, and this technology that we're releasing is designed to achieve that.
Continuing on the tracking conversation, sort of the new tracking is designed to overcome some of the challenges around third-party cookies, which is obviously been a really big talking point this year, particularly for the publishers and advertisers. So what additional kind of industry threats do you see aside from third-party cookies? That's kind of been raising alarms.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's the way we see it. The changes that have occurred in the industry, whether it's the introduction of new laws, new regulations, whether that be here in Europe through GDPR or in the States now with the CCPA, and probably other regulations that are going to come in other states, as well as the changes that the browsers are making, is a very clear message that consumers are sending that they don't like these invasive tracking techniques. They're telling us a message, and I think we need to learn the lessons from other channels that have not heeded that message, and we need to say, look, our channel is fundamentally a data light channel. We can do what we need to do with very limited amounts of data, and that's a huge advantage in today's world. The consumers are becoming ever more aware of these sort of nefarious tracking techniques. There's been the Cambridge Analytica scandal, which is definitely in people's minds at the moment, and we have an opportunity here to take advantage of that. We don't do those things. We don't need to do those things to be successful. And I think it can be a threat, but if we take it in the right way and we respond in the right way, then it can be a huge opportunity.
Cool. And sort of adding on to, you mentioned about GDPR regulations as well, and sort of some of the privacy laws that come out in the US. How would you say affiliate or partner marketing sits in terms of those threats from the new data regulations?
I think if we don't react in the right way, then it can be a threat. At the same time, as I said, I really consider it to be a phenomenal opportunity for us. We do great things in our channel, and often the value exchange between the user and the publisher or the advertiser is very clear. It's much clearer in our channel than it is in others. Often the publisher is providing the end user with some sort of service, whether that's a discount, a cashback, or whether it's just access to content, access to reviews, access to things that make that purchase more likely to happen. The user is being provided with a very clear service, and therefore they're more than happy to contribute whatever data they need to make that service exist, or so that service can continue to survive. And I think it's a great thing if publishers are just open and transparent about how the service they're delivering is funded, and that often it's through affiliate partnerships and affiliate links. And if they do that, I think we have a tremendous chance to take advantage of these changes in regulation, and that's what I want to see us do.
So as a network that has offered both managed services and a technology platform, do you still think this marriage kind of works? So kind of tying in the second half of the question, is kind of there are some who say companies should just focus kind of on one thing, and you guys kind of offer sort of multiple options. So where do you kind of see the balance?
As the marriage of technology platform and account management is something that we've done for many years, and has actually been a huge success for us. And now we have somewhere in the region of 16,000 clients and 200,000 publishers, and they and often what we've learned from also providing account management is the things that advertisers need in the platform. It's helped us to drive the technology forward. So I would say we're living proof, and our competitors, we're living proof that a combination of technology and account management does work very well. However, having said that, there is a trend, and it's a positive trend, of advertisers understanding the channel better, becoming more sophisticated, wanting to in-house things, wanting to have more control over how their affiliate and partner programs operate. And that's something that should be celebrated. And I think the message that we have is that in that client base of 16,000, there are people that do it in any number of different ways. Some of them work with us some of them work with us to access the technology and use the service. Some of them just access the technology. Others like to manage a lot of it themselves, but they need certain support during busy periods. They might want support during Q4, they might want support during Black Friday, or the Q1 travel season is another area, and we can provide that, but they don't need to use it the whole year round. And I think what we want to do is send the message out there that we can be incredibly flexible in the way we work with people, and we are, amongst that client base, there are many different ways that they work with us, and we just want to send the message out there that yes, there is a marriage there, but it doesn't always have to work that way.
Got a couple more questions for you. So kind of we're touching more about the sort of affiliate landscape. I know we mentioned about the technology, the sort of the privacy law regulations and the tracking and stuff. So how do you view the space at the moment, and sort of where are the threats? And actually, let's say, where are the opportunities as well as the threats?
Mm-hmm. We still, we're a sort of a very tight-knit industry, and it's not just in the UK. We see it in other markets as well, and we're not as well understood as we should be at this stage in our evolution. And that is a problem, because sometimes decisions get made about the channel that are made without that understanding, that real sort of in-depth understanding of how the channel operates. And we can be affected by those decisions in a negative way. And I think what we need to do is very clearly develop that understanding at a senior level within clients. And it's especially important now because, as we know, particularly in retail, there are huge challenges at the moment. Margins are exceptionally tight, and there's a risk that we get caught in the collateral damage of cuts to marketing budgets, when really as a channel we're delivering exceptional ROI but we're not doing enough to prove that. And I think one of the things that and again, all these threats can also be opportunities. We see a great opportunity to wholly demonstrate the value that the channel drives with various different tools and features that we either build ourselves or that we bring into our ecosystem. And we can very clearly demonstrate to decision makers in brands that this is an effective channel, it is a hugely incremental channel, and that it should therefore deserves more budget and more attention. And I think there's an opportunity to take advantage of the situation that's happening, particularly with display and programmatic, and who knows where that's going to go with what's going on with the regulators, and really to divert that money into the affiliate channel, where, as I say, it's privacy conscious, data light, incremental, great ROI, and that's a message that we absolutely need to get out there in a very aggressive way.
Oh, brilliant. And sort of kind of last question, kind of tying all our sort of discussion together, is kind of where, with that in mind, what is the future vision for Awin, and how will you be positioning the company to kind of reflect the changes of the digital landscape? Yeah,
so I mean, we want to do a number of things there. I mean, one is absolutely to provide that depth of insight and reporting. And one of the things we've discovered over many years is that yes, we can build all these things ourselves, but there are absolutely phenomenal players in the market that are focused entirely on one thing and do it exceptionally well. So take, for example, reporting. We have a long-standing partnership with Tableau, which was recently acquired by Salesforce for billions of dollars. It's by far and away the world's best reporting and visualization tool. There's no way that we could, as much as I love our engineers and our tech department, there's no way that we could replicate that. So rather than trying to do that, instead we want to bring these partners into the platform and to give our clients access to them. And the same with tools like SingleView, who we just did a partnership with, which is again to look at attribution and incrementality, look at the entire customer journey, and make these solutions available through our master tags and through our platform in a seamless way. So that's certainly one important thing. The second is to massively broaden the types of partnerships that are available through the channel. And again, we're looking to do that through our master tag. So we've had the advertiser master tag for many years, and there's 60 or 70 well-established technology solutions and partnerships available through that. We recently launched the publisher master tag. That's designed to provide some of those technology solutions on the publisher side as well, all at the touch of a button. And it also, by the way, those two solutions enable bounceless tracking. That sort of seamless direct linking between publishers and advertisers. But we want to make all these solutions easily available, and also recognize the fact that sometimes those solutions, they're not best monetized on a pure CPA basis. There are plenty of other ways that those solutions can be monetized, and we want to facilitate that through the platform.
Cool, great stuff, Adam. Thanks again for giving us great answers and sort of seeing this kind of the vision, kind of planning the future where Awin's heading. It looks like it's exciting times, and it sounds like you've got a lot of mechanisms in place to really make both the company grow and the industry grow as well. So that's great to see. Thanks for taking the time to talk to PerformanceIN, and we wish you all the best for sort of 2020, and look forward to see you guys at PLI.
Thank you, absolute pleasure.
Take care.